Hello there.
Let's talk Wednesday. There will be spoilers. What's this episode called? If These Woes Could Talk. Alright, let's start at the beginning. So, last week, Wednesday got all that evidence, the name Lois, and obituaries of a bunch of outcasts who died at that mental institution. I forgot what it was called. Anyways, alright, so Wednesday's grandma shows up because, okay, getting hit. So Wednesday's at the cemetery looking through the graves of all these obituaries. They're all urns. So Wednesday's grandma shows up and is like, hey, these aren't human remains, I'm an expert. And Wednesday's like, you should buy this cemetery and give it to me so you can get the name of the doctor who signed the death certificates. And she's like, why would I do that? And Wednesday's like, because it would piss off my mom. And she's like, oh, okay. Which leads to a scene later. Wednesday is trying to get the book back from Morticia. Morticia's still like, no. The grandma shows up and is like, here's the deed to that cemetery and here's the name. And Wednesday is smiling throughout the scene, which is very unsettling. Very unsettling. Anyways, alright, so Wednesday leaves and the mom's like, hey, I'll give you that donation you've been wanting if you give Wednesday the book. And Morticia's like, nope, and throws the book in the fire. Or a book. I've watched enough television to know it's probably not the book. So, at another point in the episode, the avian who's been killing people knows that Wednesday's in close and attacks her at the school. Yeah, attacks her at the school, like, Thing, like, almost, like, I was worried about Thing. Like, it looked like he was about to, like, die there in a second. So, yeah, the avian attacks, Wednesday chases her throughout the school, she gets away. Then later we get a scene where Wednesday is talking to Christopher Lloyd's dismembered head, and he asks about the name of the doctor. I forgot his name that Wednesday has. Like, he used to be a professor at the school. He was a normie though. He was a normie professor at the school, had a daughter. That's what we find out from Christopher Lloyd's dismembered head. Alright, now let's talk Fester. Fester's in this episode. Much earlier in the episode, Wednesday asked Fester to get himself locked up so that he can look for Lois. He's like, cool, last time I did this was for your mom, and she was looking for her sister. So we find out that Morticia's sister was in this same, I'm gonna call it an asylum. I don't know the technical term. I'm gonna say asylum. Anyways. So yes, he's looking for Lois. He thinks he finds Lois. It's actually Louise, the lunch lady, and they go to Pound Town. Fester gets them in this episode. Anyways, once Wednesday finds out the name of the doctor, she sends Thing in to give Fester the name. Fester finds the doctor. He's non-responsive. He has a talking parrot though, and he gets information out of the parrot. He gets like a sequence of numbers, and then as he's wheeling the doctor back to his room, he like points at her. He's like, Lois. So like Fester gets the information he needs. Wednesday manages to get in because Fester has a person on the inside, the lunch lady. So Wednesday gets in, and Fester sneaks her in, and they find Lois. Lois is actually not a name, but like an acronym. Forgot what it stands for, but this underground program that experiments on outcasts. And we find out who the avian is. That doctor's daughter, like, continued his work, managed to turn herself into an outcast. She was a normie, and now she has avian powers. So yeah, that's what Lois is in this mystery. So Fester and Wednesday release all of these locked up outcasts and basically sick them on this avian murder secretary. I forgot to mention that the secretary of like the doctor we've been seeing is who this avian murder is. So that's where we're at. And one of these outcasts they release, I think we're gonna find out that it's Wednesday's aunt, Morticia's sister. Like, that's just what I'm thinking. There was like a specific one that they like spent a little more time on than the other. So that's where I think we're gonna go in the future. Anyways, let's talk about the other subplots. Let's see. Principal Dort has Bianca, I learned her name, and Pugsley and Eugene learned his name, and Ajax like stuffing invitations and having the Christopher Lloyd's head watch them and make them stuff invitations. So when Fester got himself locked up, he went to the hotel, and Bianca has had her mom like secretly staying in that hotel because she just got away from a cult leader. So yeah, when the police show up to catch Fester, they end up finding her, and so Bianca has to go save her mom from the police. Dort and Christopher Lloyd won't let her go, so Ajax uses his Medusa powers to freeze Christopher Lloyd's head, which is an interesting visual, just like a head in a jar being frozen. So yeah, Bianca shows up at the police station, sirens the police to let the mom go and forget that they were ever there, and now they're trying to hide the mom in an abandoned classroom. Any other subplots? Okay, Enid, like right before the avian attack that I mentioned earlier at the school, is like, hey, Wednesday, you've been a bad friend. And Wednesday's like, you don't want to help me with my investigation? And she's like, yeah, but I can help you with other stuff, like your powers aren't working and your mom's being overbearing. That was like my whole plot last season. Let me help. So yeah, then the avian attack happens and Enid saves the thing, and then Enid is involved with like the break into the mental institution at the end of the episode. Anything I missed? Oh, during the stuff, the mental institution, the zombie gets out and is eating people, including Dr. Fairchild, whatever that character's name is. And oh yeah, I totally almost forgot Christina Ricci. So Christina Ricci gets out during all this and breaks Tyler out, and Tyler kills her, and then finds Wednesday, throws Wednesday out of like a very high window. Wednesday lands on the ground unconscious, and that is where the episode ends. I think this was a very solid mid-season finale. It left us with a good cliffhanger for next time. So yeah, I thought this one was good. Looking forward to seeing episode 5 next month. But that was my opinion. I want to hear from you. Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of the episode. While you're at it, do all the things like subscribe. And yeah, I will be back I'll be back next month when episode 5 comes out. But until then, you can find me at Couch Talks Movies. So until next time, da 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 da.